My lords, ladies, dames and gents, sport like it is, back with a beer in the sunshine. My name is Ed and I've brought with me one fearsome fellow. It is the future, Richard Maspero. What's going on, good sir?
How are you doing?
Good, thanks, and you?
Alright, looking forward to rugby. It feels kind of bizarre to be talking about that when we're standing in the brilliant sunshine swigging on a beer.
Lovely stuff indeed. We're going to whip through all these fixtures this weekend. Bulls Sharks at Loftus, Tim Whitehead alongside JP Peterson in the midfield. That's really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think midfield combinations we're going to see for a good couple of years. Interesting to see the switch made by Peterson into midfield. A couple of those switches this week in a number of teams. So things are being shaken up a little bit in terms of lineups this week.
From the Bulls' perspective, we've got Morné Steyn. He's taking on Pat Lambie, and Francois Hougaard takes over from Frida Preux, who's obviously gone overseas. Interesting. Who's going to win that one?
I've got the Bulls, not by much, but I still reckon it's going to be a game that they could take. Home ground advantage, let's remember that for Super Rugby. It's always a big deciding factor. Bulls, not by much though. A couple of points in it, maybe the boot of Morné Steyn the difference.
I'm going Sharks by 6. I think a big season for the Sharks this year. Stormers Hurricanes. Hurricanes in transition, led by Conrad Smith, of course, Victor Vito there as well. Interesting game. Stormers defensively very robust. Is that going to work in their favour again this weekend?
Absolutely. I think it's worked in their favour for the last couple of seasons. Hurricanes don't generally travel well, and especially not to South Africa. They've slipped up a couple of times here. So I'd say the Stormers, very good side, very exciting side. I think they'll have too much firepower for the Canes.
Vermeulen, Costa and Berger as the back three as well. We're looking forward to seeing that back row as Stormers fans, aren't we? Stormers by?
Stormers not by much, maybe 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there.
Marching along to Johannesburg, renewed pride up in Johannesburg, and Ellis Park an attractive place to go again because, of course, the Lions won the Currie Cup. Are they going to catch the Cheetahs on a bad day?
Yeah, I think so. I think the form that they're going to take from that Currie Cup into Super Rugby is hopefully going to stand them in good stead. They looked phenomenal last year in the domestic competition. Hopefully they can carry that in there. In the past, haven't been able to. They've performed reasonably well in the Currie Cup and haven't been able to translate that into Super Rugby. So I'm holding thumbs for the Lions this season that it's a better turnout for them. But Cheetahs also, South African derby, notoriously difficult to beat. It's going to be a good game.
Looking forward to seeing Josh Strauss again this season. He's a bit of a cult hero, isn't he, up here?
Yeah, Beard's grown out of it as well.
We've got two relatively unknown fly halves kicking, of course, the Super Rugby campaign off Friday 8:35. We've got Tyler Blandal, Michael Hobbs. Interesting matchup there with Carter still out with his injury from the World Cup. Just quickly, who do you think is going to get the battle there? Because the better of the battle there, because of course that could potentially be a final.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at those two sides, everybody's touting them as potential finalists. Everybody's touting them as the two sides that are really going to compete amongst the New Zealand opposition this year. I don't know. It's too tough to call. I just like the look of the Blues this weekend. I don't know why. We spoke before about the Crusaders being notoriously slow starters. Is that going to count in their favour? They're also away from home. Tough one to call, but I reckon the Blues might just shade the Crusaders.
The Crusaders overcame a hell of a lot last year. Of course, they didn't play at home a lot. They were on a lot of airplanes to Nelson, but they are at home this year, and for that reason, I think that they will start well this weekend, and I'd like to see them win by a whisker. Moving along to Chiefs Highlanders quickly, of course, Money Bill Williams has gone to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They'll take a while to knit together that side, though. I know that Ben Karpinski thinks that way. Chiefs Highlanders?
Chiefs, I reckon. Purely because the Highlanders, I don't think, are a great side. So it's the lesser of two evils, and for me, I'm going for the Chiefs.
Chiefs by whisker as well?
Yeah, not by much.
And finally, the Waratahs Reds, of course, Quade Cooper's still out, so they've got a new fly half in. Last I checked, they hadn't confirmed their starting lineup, but it looks like a decent game. And, you know, the pick of the two Australian sides, if you discount the Brumbies, who, of course, Jake White has gone there this season. Waratahs Reds, big Australian derby, Cyril Pretorius in to start his first competitive game for the Tigers.
Yeah, looking forward to see what he does in that match and how he gels with the Waratahs side. All the feedback we've been getting from them is that he's been unbelievable, putting in the hard yards in the gym. He's really taken to the squad setup well. So, I don't know, it's a tough one to call. Reds, of course, the defending champions. Waratahs, never a bad side. But I think the Reds might just edge the Tars in that one.
That's going to be a good game. And finally, the Brumbies Force, which is probably the weakest of the lot. Of course, the Force have David Pocock, who's so instrumental, but they're a pretty weak side otherwise. And the Brumbies now have Jake White, who's taken a lot of players with him along there. Where do you see that one going? I think it's in Canberra.
Yeah, I think the Brumbies should take that one. And I'm fascinated to see what's going to happen with Jake White this year, what he's going to be able to do with that side. And, we haven't seen him in a good couple of years. So holding thumbs that he puts in a good showing with the franchise, with Brumbies to win that one also by not a whole lot. So I think all the games this weekend are going to be fairly close. A lot of the sides finding their feet. A lot of guys are testing out combinations. They're getting used to competitive rugby again. Pretty close.
We're thoroughly looking forward to seeing Jake White getting back into the thick of things. A bye for the Rebels this week. James O'Connor and Curtly Bill will be in action next week. Bounce has a Super Brew pool. You're involved in that, aren't you?
I am indeed looking to win a couple of cases of this stuff, so we'll hold thumbs for that one. But go and check it out. Come play with us. It'll be fun.
Thebounce.co.za. You can follow us on Twitter and you can like us on the Facebook. We'll see you all next week, guys. Enjoy the rugby.